Standing next to me is Carly Webb. She's a Black, proud trans journalist. Please give her a round. My name is Ephraim Adams. I'm an experiential artist from Hartford, Connecticut, and I created the Transgender Legacy flag when I learned that Rita Hester was also from Hartford, Connecticut. It's important to highlight women like Rita Hester to understand that time does not heal all wounds. Today I'm here at a church, but I don't need a church to tell me what to preach right now. What I need to do is introduce the world to another woman on the long list of names that we say on Transgender Day of Remembrance. This is Savannah Rose Rivers Amore, the queen of drag soul, the queen of glitter. Savannah was from the Bible Belt, and in death, she was garbed in a suit and memorialized as a man, all in the name of God. I can't think of many times when God has ever loved me on his own, because everyone knows God hates gays, and by extension, God hates Black people. But then I met my chosen auntie, Savannah Rose Rivers Amore. When Savannah cooked a soul food meal, God loved me. When Savannah spoke on the phone with me for hours, God loved me. When Savannah asked if I was okay, God loved me.
Yes.
When Savannah shared stories about the good old days, God loved me. And when Savannah took a stand against racism, God loved me. Savannah had faith, just a different way of expressing it. Savannah was a church through her compassion for the community. So I asked the world why. Why can't God love me the same way Savannah loved me? Today I step into cultural humility to engage with people who are different, yet peer through a similar lens. Something actionable we can do is organize to assist with accessible estate planning so that what happened to Savannah Rose Rivers Amore doesn't have to be the norm. I acknowledge that Center Church has been open and affirming for 30 years, and for that I appreciate you all for being welcoming. When you raise the Transgender Legacy flag, please do so with the understanding that time does not heal all wounds. Thank you for your invitation and being open and affirming. And so today we raise this one, but also, when I get my bag, Carly, I brought a flag for you.
It's a day of remembrance. All the good times was a vibe. Raise your hands high, lighters in the sky. It's a day of remembrance. It's a day of remembrance. All the good times was a vibe. Raise your hands high, lighters
is a Transgender Day of Remembrance. It's held every year on November the 20th. Vigils and other events are being held today to draw attention to transgender people who have lost their lives due to violence in the last year. The Transgender Legacy flag is hanging in Hartford at the corner of Main and Gold Streets.
And that was started 25 years ago when a black trans woman from Hartford, Connecticut was murdered in Massachusetts. Over time, the history and connection to Hartford was lost, and because Rita Hester is a black trans person from Hartford, I created the Transgender Legacy flag.
The Human Rights Campaign says at least 36 transgender people have been killed by violence over the last 12 months. That number is likely higher because of deaths not being reported or misreported, or because the victims are misgendered.
My name is Stephen Lewis, Stevenlewis. I'm the office administrator and a member here at Center Church in Hartford.
Talk to me about the flag.
So, Center Church has been open and affirming for 30 years. We are recently celebrated that anniversary. Part of our commitment in 2024 of that 30th anniversary is to understand and explore what it means to be open and affirming today. In 2024, part of that is bringing into the fold, reaching out to the trans community here in Hartford and in the broader denomination, and making sure that they're included as well in our ministry of affirming welcome. The Trans Legacy flag, we're happy to raise it here today at Center Church in solidarity with our community, and also memorializing Rita Hester, a name which unfortunately has been forgotten in history, but is a Hartford native and of course part of our community here in Hartford.
Transgender Day of Remembrance is a national observance day where we memorialize trans identifying individuals who have been victims of anti-transgender violence. And that was started 25 years ago when a black trans woman from Hartford, Connecticut was murdered in Massachusetts. Over time, the history and connection to Hartford was lost. And because Rita Hester is a black trans person from Hartford, I created the Transgender Legacy flag, which places black and brown in the center and heart of the flag. That flag was raised on Pratt Street last year in our historical district for the 25th anniversary of Transgender Day of Remembrance. And today I'm here at Center Church in the heart and downtown of Hartford to distribute information and awareness about Rita as they celebrate their 30th anniversary and being open and affirming. It's important to get this information out because we can see how history can become gentrified. It's important to get this history out because it sends a message to a demographic in our community that is sometimes not fully seen and not fully visible. It's important to know that what is Hartford's responsibility from here when we discuss these issues, and that's all I have for now. What's the next question?
Yeah, my question was going to be why is it important to do that? But you talked about it a little bit. If you want to expand on that just a little bit more, just why is it important to do what you do?
Well, another interesting note is that for 25 years, Rita Hester's murder and case has not been solved. And what message does that send to black and brown trans identifying people? So again, what is Hartford's responsibility in this movement in recognizing people like Rita and by extension the remaining of the black and brown community?
Anything else that you want to say? Pretty much answered everything I asked.
It's 2024, and in very recent history, I want to mention another name that we unfortunately add to this list. Her name is Savannah Rose Rivers Amore, and Savannah was a trans woman who was memorialized as a man. And so something actionable that we as a community could do is make estate planning more accessible, right? People need trust, they need wills, they need living wills, so that they can have some control over their legacy.
Anything else?
That's pretty much it. Word from Steve.
One day we gon' all face judgment. You can never throw shade at me. Every day is a ride or die. Life or death and suicides. Embrace sexualities. Don't coddle the fragilities. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. Louder in the back if you didn't heard. Louder in the back if you didn't heard. I said louder in the back if you didn't heard. Louder in the back if you didn't heard. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. I don't need a church to tell me what to preach, yeah. Louder in the back if you didn't heard. Louder in the back if you didn't heard. I said louder in the back if you didn't heard. Louder in the back if you didn't heard.